Well, good morning and welcome to my very first diary entry. My name's Gary Maddison and the lake behind me is Woodpecker Lake here in Cambridgeshire. It's roughly around about 15 acres in size. We have a stock of around about 130 carp, 22 of those going over 30 pound and a current lake record of 40 pound 3 ounces. I arrived here just after first light this morning. I had a little wander around the venue to see if I could see any signs of carp moving. Also spoke to a couple of the lads that had been doing the night and they've reported hearing nothing or seeing anything during the night. So what I've done is I've dropped into a swim called the boat. I'll get these bad boys out behind me and I'll catch up with you later. Well, welcome back. The rods are out now. As I said, I'm in a swim called the boat. I have the island to my left, or the end of the island, and off the end of this island the bar runs. There's a bar that runs pretty much the entire length of the lake. So I've got the marker rod out and I've found the bar and popped the float up around about 5 foot in depth, and I've got my left hand rod and my middle rod fished tight together on top of the bar. I'm using the tallest tree on the far margin as my marker, as a great visual marker for the night time. My right hand rod, I've just come this side of my bar into a nice little silty gully. Again, I'm using a tree as a marker. There's one, say, next to the tallest one that's been chopped off, and I'm using that as a marker. So all we can do now is sit back and wait, and I'll go and get the kettle on. So I'll see you soon. Well, it's been a pretty uneventful day really. I've sat here watching the water most of the day and I haven't seen anything showing. It's been quite cold with a westerly wind. We've got about 20 minutes, half hour of light left. So when it does get dark, oh, just see the kingfisher. Lovely. I'm going to get a bit more bait out over the spots, as the seagulls can be a real pain on here. So hopefully we'll have something in the night, and I'll talk to you all in the morning. Well, good morning and welcome to a very cold, damp Tuesday morning. Well, it's quite an uneventful night, other than actually rained all night. As you can see from behind me, it is very misty this morning and very chilly. So I don't think this is going to help the fishing too much, especially with all that cold rain being dumped into the lake. So not a lot I can really say at the moment. I'm going to reel in and have a little wander around and see some of the other lads, see if they've had anything, seen anything. I mean, I sat out last night until gone 10 o'clock, got pretty cold, trying to listen out for any signs of fish, didn't hear anything, and then the rain started and that pretty much stopped around about 7 o'clock this morning. So I'm going to reel in, have a cup of tea, and go and see some of the other lads, and I think I'll have another little marker around and move the rods about a bit and try and change things up really, see if we can get something. So I'll speak to you a lot later. Well, good afternoon. Really nothing to report at the moment. I reeled in this morning, like I said, and took a walk around the lake. Spoke to a few of the other lads. There's 7 other lads on. It's quite busy actually on here, and they've had nothing to report. It's still very misty and cold. The wind's dropped off. It's quite a light wind. I got the rods back out. When I got back, I've now got the right hand rod and the middle rod in the channel my side of the bar, in around about 6 to 7 foot of water. The left hand rod I've actually still got on top of the bar, so we'll see how it goes. So I suppose now is a really good time and I can show you what baits I'm using. So I thought I'd run you through my hook links and the baits I've been using while I've been here. They're all around about 8 inches long. It's a soft coated braided hook link. What I do is I strip back the first 5 inches. This is not into a size 6 Nature's Baits NZB hook. They're extremely sharp. I've got a small piece of silicone on the shank of the hook just to trap the hair. Behind that there's some shrink tubing to protect the knot. Each one's got a couple of bits of putty, and then there's a kicker at the back to eliminate any tangles. Also at this end I've tied a figure-of-8 loop knot because I use a leg clip system with a quick link, just in case I need to change. Maybe I want to make the hook link shorter, maybe even longer. Baits for this one is a Nature's Baits Shelf Life 18mm Bloodworm X and White Ice Pop-Up. What I do here is I slightly trim down the bottom bait and then I cut a pop-up in half, mount the 2, so it forms like a little mini snowman rig. It's a rig I've used really well last year, and I caught some great fish on this rig. It's one I highly recommend. Next to that is the same, is a 18mm Shelf Life bait, but this time this is an alpha. And I've topped this off with one of Nature's Baits Ebony Elite pop-ups. And next to that, a new in the range this year is an alpha wafter bait. Just before I'm casting out on the Bloodworm X, I'm putting a little stick mix, and then with the alpha I'm putting some matching pellets. These are 2 and 4mm pellets, and then on this one I'm just putting a little bit of rig foam, so that just allows the bait just to waft down and just sit gently on top of any chod that's available. Over the top of that I'm feeding 18mm baits. These are the alpha. And over the top of that, over the top of the Bloodworm X, I'm feeding the 18mm Bloodworm X. Again, these are all Shelf Life baits. So that's the rigs and the baits I'm using. Well, good evening. The light's starting to fade really fast now. It's been another uneventful day. Haven't seen anything moving. I've sat watched the water all day. It's been really cold still. The mist hasn't lifted at all. Well, the rods are out on the spots, so fingers crossed we have something in the night. If I do, you'll be the first to find out, and I'll talk to you all in the morning. foggy Wednesday morning. Again, no action during the night. It was extremely cold. I sat out again until quite late, see if I could hear anything moving. Heard nothing. I say the bobbins have remained motionless yet again. All we can do is hope. So I'll catch you a lot later. I'm going to go get the kettle on and have a well-earned cup of tea, I think. It's really cold again this morning, I must say. So I'll see you later. It's just cut to around about 10 o'clock now. As you can see, it's still really foggy here. We've only got a temperature of around about 2 degrees. I reeled in a little while ago and all the rods came back really clean. So they've been fishing all night. Also went around and spoke to a couple of lads further down the bank and they'd seen nothing or heard nothing, and like me had nothing. So I'm going to get the rods back out to the spots and I'll see how I go. I may well pack up later. I don't think this temperature is going to rise any. But we'll see how we go anyway. So, okay, I'll speak to you later. Oh, good afternoon. At last the sun's come out. I'm just hoping now that it will encourage the fish to start feeding. It's the first time in 2 days. It's starting to warm up now as well. I've got the rods back out on the spots. The right hand rods and middle rod are on the same spots as yesterday. But this time I've put the left hand rod down my margin. It's a nice little reedy margin there. And I've been told the fish do like to get along the margins. So fingers crossed, with the sun out, might hopefully get them to start feeding. Talk to you later. Well, good evening. Probably got about 20 more minutes of light left. It's been another uneventful day. The old bobbins have stayed motionless yet again. Now that sun I got all excited about earlier, well, that lasted for no more than 20 minutes. The wind's dropped off considerably tonight and the lake's flat calm at the moment, so hopefully it's not going to be as cold as it was last night. So, it's fingers crossed for tonight, eh? And if I do get anything, believe me, you lot will be the first to know. But if I don't, I'll see you all in the morning. Well, good morning. As you can probably gather, it's been another quiet night. Bobbins haven't moved again. It's pretty dull again this morning. We've got a slight northerly blowing. I'm just going to have this cup of tea and I think I'm going to start packing up slowly now. So the session's been really enjoyable. I mean, it is my first time on the lake and I've learnt a lot about this swim so far. Must say I think the weather's been against us this week. It's been really cold, and speaking to some of the other members, they said, like, you know, it's been one of the coldest weeks this year so far. I mean, we had that heavy rain Monday night into Tuesday. We had the fog that hung around most of the day yesterday, and the temperatures didn't really climb much above 2 degrees. But it's been enjoyable. Like I say, I'm not going away too disappointed. I mean, there's been 8 other anglers here during the week and none of them have caught, so if it was easy it'd be cool catching, wouldn't it? So I'm going to finish this cup of tea, start packing up, and hopefully next time when I get down here I'll have something to show you. So be lucky and catch up with you soon.